And I usually joke that I think I'm one of those people that never leave the state. I came to the University of Minnesota in 1982, January, and I've been here since then. I never once traveled to, I've never once lived in another state. So I don't know if there are too many people that can't get stuck. But that said, I will also say, I've been privileged to have the opportunity to travel to Nigeria at least once or twice, or even sometimes 3 times every year. So it's been good. So I do want to quickly mention to us that, first I'd like to say once again, and to your life, thank you for doing this. Mental health is not something that I think as a community, even here in the United States, I see few people in this room that like mental health. I don't even think in the US that everybody says, oh yeah, come and talk to me about mental health, I like to hear. Everybody, when it comes to mental health, everybody gonna like shrink out, like, no, I don't mention my name. But for us in particular, it's even more a challenge because mental illness is not something in our culture that is totally accepted. If you can please move that around. So I will stick with this, but the way I want to start, just very briefly, is for many of us, this is going to be a challenging question. I will say how we respond. If I ask the question to say, is anybody in this room will say, I have somebody, family member, friends who have mental illness? Anybody? I think we should give my brother a round of applause. He has enough vote to say yes. Well, let's give him a round of applause. In most cases, among our people, everybody will kind of like, to you, not me, but to you. Because it's not a simple thing that most people will feel comfortable admitting. So for now, go ahead. So what I want to do in a few minutes is just to talk to us a little bit about mental health. And I started by that question before. For people that answer before, if you can help not to answer, let's kind of do this quickly. For those that were not here before, these are some questions for us. So mental illness is more. No, go back. All right. No. Okay, well, go one more. I think you already passed the question. I was just going to raise the question. All right there. Okay. The question I was going to raise, let's go on. I was going to ask the question about, is mental health, will you say there are people with mental illness than diabetics? Who will say yes, false or true? That we have more people with mental illness than we have people with diabetes. I was trying to get all the experts now to answer, but he did. So, the point being that there are so many people out there that have mental health issues. So, in our culture, I started by talking about for us as a people, if you're one of the people in this room, if you're like me and you're in this room, you might be asking yourself, why do I need to? What is the point of coming to sit here for an hour or two to talk about mental health issues? After all, my family does not have one. My brother, sister, cousin, none of us have. So what's the point? There is really truly not a problem of mental health. I want to then bring it home to us to challenge us to say, every one of us, including myself, yes, we as a community, we have a challenge to truly work on understanding what mental illness is and what we can do collectively as a community to address it. I stated before, several of you came, one of the first questions I raised is, how many in this room, and I will ask the same question again, how many in this room have experienced when the kids in our community commit suicide? Anybody here in our community, that anyone committed suicide recently in the past 5 years? All right. One person. 2 persons. Okay. This is a big deal. And I was telling folks this morning that why it is really important for us to take this seriously. It came clearly to me personally when I think it was the first one I became aware of. A 50-year-old young lady with depression, really sick, and all of us, not just his parents, our parents, even some of us that are friends and our neighbors, we miss the sign that this young lady is depressed, and eventually she committed suicide. And many of us has to be there to hold on to this family to say, what happened? What can we do to support you? For you that are parents, just imagine a 50-year-old young person, your child, just committed suicide by hanging herself, walking. And I remember in this case, the dad said, I will not go there and cut the rope for my kid. That is this abomination. So he has to ask one of the kids to go and cut the rope so that this kid can fall down. Just think about that for a family, for a parent. So it's real. It's not some kind of joke that we can say, yeah, it doesn't happen to me. So given the reality that we know this is truly real, and we know it's happening even more so among our families, it is important that we begin to understand what mental illness is. It is important that we begin to understand what we can do individually and what we can do as a community together. And so going forward, I would say just flip forward. So we'll go through it. Keep going. Oh, go back one more. So mental health can take different forms. Depending on how you look at it, as you can see there, it can take stress. When you begin to see somebody exhibiting some stress level is changing, you can see that it includes that's a jargon for people with mental health. I would just simply say depression, schizophrenia, anxiety, and some other things. I'll talk a little bit about few that I thought that I've seen in our community. So you can move forward. Go ahead. Okay, so because of time, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You can just keep putting it. Basically, what you were looking at there, I just wanted to see before I move to what I really want to talk about is what is good mental health? We all have some form of mental health issues. So, what is it that we want to have? What you can see there is the ability to be able to get things done, feeling good, be able to work things, optimistic, cope with situations. We all struggle with something. The difference between that and not be able to do this is where we begin to talk about mental illness. So, let's move to the other one. Move to the one that's a general causes of mental health. Okay, so what is mental health? Actually, put that back.
Go back.
Once, I want to ask a question. For us, those that were here before, Emmanuel, you can't talk. And who else was here? Yes. So I don't want you guys to say something at the beginning. For the rest of us, when we say mental illness, what is it? How will you define it? Anyone want to try? Or are we all shy? All right. If nobody wants to try, let me go back to Emmanuel. What you told us before. Oh, you wanted to try? Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. As you can see there, it's the two key words that you see underlined there is the thinking and the emotions. Those are the key factors when it comes to mental illness. The ability to think straight, clearly. The emotions, a good example, something that if you're in good mental health state, some, say a parent dies, you feel sad for some time, you get depressed for a little bit, but at some point, you begin to move beyond that. But the difference between that and somebody with mental illness is, same parent died, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, is still in state of depression. He's still not able to keep his or her job. He's still not able to wake up in the morning and function. He begin to kind of have all kinds of, even some physical illness might begin to surface up. That's the difference. When I said each one of us have some mental health issue, but when it gets to a point that it impacts your thinking, it impacts your ability to emotionally handle things, then something has shaped. Let's move to the next one. So, what is the cause? Because if I were some of you guys, some of you know, some of you might be thinking, what causes mental illness? Clearly, for some people, it's inherited. I was telling a story, and I won't have time to tell all those stories that I told before. I said in my little village in Ekiti, way back there, if you want to get married, the first thing they will say is, I think you need to check that family out. And if you find out that the brother of the great brother have some mental health, they will say, hey, don't go there. They all have evil spirit or whatever it is. Because even though it sounds strange, but the idea behind that is because mental illness is inherited. It could be something that goes from generation to generation. So therefore, if somebody in the family have mental health issue, it's possible. The next one may not have it, one after that may have it. So that's one of the things. The other thing about mental health issues, my sister, you put it back up. It is, it's environmental. Yeah, the mental health is also environmental. Where I gave an example before of we were in Rwanda, in East Africa. They showed some people that have major mental health issues. And part of what they call and they label as the cause was during their civil war. Some of these rebels will come in and they will take the husband, they will make sure the wife is washing, not only kill the husband, cut the husband into pieces, maybe even have the wife eat part of the body or something like that. So they did this horrific thing that even after that, that person will no longer function right. So those are the environmental factors. Then there is another big one. And that is the chemical imbalance. You can move to the next one. The way our brain works. I think it was on the radio one time they were talking about what this little thing here does, that if you put the computer that will do it, the computer will almost need a whole city. We will need a huge city to put the computer. This little thing that we all have. The way it processes, how many things it processes in seconds, that we just can't do things we don't even know. The same thing. So when all the neurons and things that connect with each other, when things begin to become imbalanced, we begin to see problems. So those are the cause of mental health. But if you remember, at least some of you from the village, people will say it's people's spirit. They will say it is the grandma in that place that don't like their family that make him become mentally ill. Why some of those may be true, but a lot of what we attributed to some witch and wizard and all these things are some scientifically proven things that actually are going on. All right, so let's move to the next one quickly. Now, actually keep going because of the time. I just want to say okay. That's fine. I want to talk about depression just a little bit, and I think it's there. Move down a little bit, we'll come back. I want people to see it. The depression, yes. The depression, there are a number of mental health problems. that if we have time, it honestly would have been good that we all talk a little bit about it so that we have understanding of what it is. But because we don't have the time, I will just mention a few of them. So part of that, one, we have depression, we have anxiety, we have one of these things that is very common. If you have a kid in school, you probably have had this ADHD, the hyperactivity, a kid that couldn't sit still. We have schizophrenia, we have bulimia, we have a number of them, but the two or three that I really want to talk about very briefly will be the depression, because I just told you of even 3 of our children in the community that we lost to suicide in the recent days or years. All the 3 truly have depression. And how then do we recognize when that is going on in our children, in our spouses, in ourselves? I think that is very important. Then the other thing that you see is anxiety. I think I was talking with one of our young guys there today. He was talking about the level of anxiety that some people do experience. That's another one. Schizophrenia is also another issue that some of our people face. So we'll talk briefly about these 3. Then after that, I'll leave the rest for now. Schizo, as you can see. So hopefully you have time to read through this. It is a condition of losing touch with reality. And one of the examples I gave before was, even we have a group home, and I was telling folks that one of the guys that live in that group home always believed there is some demon behind the wall that the rest of us couldn't see, but he can see, he can feel, and he always knows that this thing is telling him to either hurt himself or do something to himself. That's losing touch with reality, but it's real. Those people feel it's real. So when you see something like that, we attribute it to the demon. We say, oh, just need to get it together. No, we need to understand something is going on. We need to figure out how to help this individual. Next one. Depression. You can see that emotional disorder primarily involving sadness, dependency, and depression. Dejection, hopelessness, inability to feel pleasure. So when we begin to see these things in our kids, or even in ourselves, or in our spouse, we need to not do it the way we do things at home sometimes. Just say, you just need to get it together. What's your problem? Like we were talking about this today, we say at home, your parents will, if they see any of these things with the kids, they say, so the demon in you is the cane that will get it. You beat and beat and beat over. But we are here. First of all, you can't even beat people here. Second, beating in itself by itself probably doesn't solve the problem. But it is important we understand what this is and begin to ask ourselves, what can we do? Next. So basically that is saying what I just said. Don't just say it will just go by itself. Let's do something about it. Next one. We don't have enough time. Just read that. I'm going to bring this to a conclusion for us. And what I'm going to say is this. I am going to say as a community, we don't have time to go through all of it, but I will say this, that as a group of people, I was telling folks before you came, some of you, I said there's this guy that I grew up with back home, older than me, my brother's age. And the last time I went home, I was in the back, and I saw somebody and I thought, that looked like Uncle Dari. I asked the guy to reverse back so that I can look. Surely it was Uncle Dari. The guy was no nothing, he was just walking. Then he would say something, he would do something on the floor. And I said, look at him. Without even thinking, my eyes just blinked one and thinking, that's Uncle Dari who is in this condition. And so I turned to the driver guy and I said, I just pray our country will improve a little. Because somebody like that, just with a little bit of care, a little bit of medication, a little bit of therapy actually can function. But that's where we are still in our home. You still see so many people, you know, in our, also sometimes our culture doesn't help the city. Our culture, you know, our culture is a place where not only we believe in demand, but we also have some of these things that don't help us. I don't know where you come from. I know in my village, when I was little, they would say, well, if you really want to do certain type of juju, you can have affair with a mad woman or a mad man. It's going to make whatever you're doing work. So those beliefs still exist in our culture. And as a result, we are not doing what we should be doing to help ourselves. So for all that are here, my encouragement to us is number one, let's get educated. Let's really not think it's nothing. Let's educate ourselves. Read through them. This is a wonderful country with all kinds of material. Learn something. Let's not wait until your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle has something. We are a community. We are for one another. We're supposed to support each other. So get to understand what it is. I hope our sister will do more of this. For those of us that are actively involved in church, let's help our pastor to understand, yes, it's good to pray. Yes, it's good to fast. Yes, it's good to go to Orioke or Orisa or wherever we go. But we also need to have education. That's very important. We also need to get to understand. What happens if you get to school and they say, hey, Mr. Joe and Mrs. Joe, your kid has ADHD or your kid has depression and we're going to do XYZ. What do? You come home and give up? No. You really read it now. You know what to do. You act accordingly. So that's all I will say. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Sunday. So now, before we get into the panel discussion, I would like to just take a moment for us to check our own mental health. We have been spending at least the last 2 hours talking about some heavy stuff, so I just want to check in with everybody. You're in a room full of, well, there's a few therapists in the room, so I think it's important that we check on our own mental health because that is a lot of information that we got, and our minds are probably thinking about some of our loved ones that struggle with mental health and how they haven't had the best access to services. So for just a moment, just going to ask you a few questions. If everyone can have their feet placed on the ground, palms at your side or in front or in your lap. You can keep your eyes open, keep your eyes closed. Some people just like to look lower to the floor. Take a deep breath. Breathe in as if you're smelling your favorite smell. Breathe out what's no longer serving you. Again, breathe in. Favorite smell. Blow out everything that's no longer serving you. One more time, a deep breathe in. And release all stress. Now for a moment, what are you doing with your forehead? Are you making faces? Is your forehead all scrunched up? At this time, I ask you to release your forehead. What are you doing with your eyes? Are you straining your eyes? Make your eyes relax. With your jaw, are you clenching your jaw? Are you grinding your teeth? Relax your jaw. It's okay to look silly for a moment. Release the tension in your jaw. Where are your shoulders? Are they up to your ears? Relax your shoulders. What are you doing with your hands? Are your hands in a fist? Relax your hands. What are you doing with your legs? Are you shaking your legs? Are you bouncing? Relax your legs. We'll go around your toes. Release all the tension in your feet. This is your moment just to be focused on this moment. At this time, you don't need to worry about what your children are doing, what your mama doing, what your daddy doing, the bills that didn't get paid, the trauma that you experienced in your childhood, the loss of a loved one. All of that at this moment needs to be released. If you are a believer, thank God for this moment. Thank God that you are on this side of the earth. Now I want you to come back to the moment. You can open your eyes. But remember how you felt when we just relaxed for 2 minutes. You can always come back to this moment and make yourself relax. How's everyone doing?
Good.
It's a lot of information that we got today. So our mic decided to stop working, so I had to project my voice. From my understanding, we don't have any more speakers, but we're going to continue the dialogue. So if I could have Kenny come up and have a seat. Uncle Sunday, if you can come and have a seat with us. And anybody that works in the field that would like to join us for this panel discussion.
Uncle Femi. Come on,
On the spot. I like on the spot.
You look surprised.
So right now we're going to have a panel discussion. Earlier we had Uncle Sunday speak, and then we also had Katrina who talked about immigrant and refugees and addiction. And now we're going to kind of just talk about mental health in general in the immigrant communities. I want to talk a little bit about my experience first, and then we can just go down the line. Are you guys okay with that? So I've been in the field probably roughly about 17 years, and I have worked with people from all communities. I've worked in management and also as a therapist for the last 8 years. And now that I'm at the county with Kenny, we are having a lot of cases where we're going into homes and into schools and working with children that are, their parents are refugees. You know, they came here in this country from the war, and so they are trying to continue to have their culture. So if the child is misbehaving, they might get a spanking to the bottom or beat with a foo-foo stick, as the last child told me. And sometimes when it's not a therapist that looks like me, that's when we have issues with child protection, and we have all these other entities coming in telling us how to raise our children. So I think it's important for me as an ally to people from the African community and also African American. I want to know how I can better educate myself or get the experience that I need so I can better serve these families. Just for an example, 2 weeks ago, I was out on